Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday and welcome to another Journey Well Now Monday inspiration. Thank you so much for taking time to tune in. It's your girl, Joy Natalie. And whether you are listening from home, your car, work, the gym, wherever it is that you may be, I hope and pray that this Monday inspiration will motivate and inspire you this week to journey well now. So let's get to it. Um, as we approach the end of 2021, many of us are anxious and ready for 2022. We're excited about the new year and what it's going to bring. We have a lot of plans. We're just ready. Some of us experienced some things in 2021 and we feel like, you know what? I'm ready for 2022. I'm ready for something new. And I'm not saying this is a mentality, but some may even feel like, you know what, just throw the rest of 2021 away. But my question for you is, what's going to sustain you in 2022? So what's going to be different about 2021 in 2022? So what's going to be different for you in 2022 that you didn't do in 2021 is what I'm trying to say. Some of us were ready for 2021 and we didn't sustain the things we were supposed to. Some were ready for 2020 and the pandemic happened and we were unable to sustain some of the things that we were supposed to. Some were ready for 2019 and 2018 and when 2017 got here and 2016 and so forth and so on. And we still didn't sustain the things that we were supposed to do. What is going to prevent us from 2022 being just another part of an unsustained cycle? How can we assure that this year is going to be different? What's going to be the game changer? What's different about us, our moves? What's different about the things that we desire and how we're going to make those things happen? I don't know what that will be for you. But I know that if you, maybe not everybody listening, but if you've ever struggled with sustaining the work of the vision and the purpose, then you need to look at these past years and assess what didn't work about your plans, what didn't work about your routines, what didn't work about the circle of friends that you surrounded yourself with, what didn't work about your own level of faith? What didn't work about your consistency? And where did you lack discipline? And where was, you can look at the opposite things, like, okay, what did work versus what didn't work? And that's kind of where I'm at with things now. I had so many plans for years prior, and what was successful for me and what wasn't successful for me. I really need to take a look at those things as I move into 2022. Where did you lose the enthusiasm if it was lost? Where did the excitement go, the drive? Where did you end up getting discouraged? And it's not that I want us to stay there, but it's just looking back to assess so that we can really properly plan for our future. I don't want us to walk into 2022 with just a new year mindset. I want us to walk in today planning and preparing for what's next, not just waiting for 2022, but looking at today. Okay, how can I prepare for what's next? I want us to look at each day as another day to move forward with what God has called you to do. And if you've had the mindset of, you know what, I can't wait till 2022, it's okay to get excited about that, but you still got to have the feeling of, I can't wait for tomorrow. I get to experience tomorrow, every day. Okay, this is a new day that I get to experience. Tomorrow isn't promised. So why are we waiting for 2022 when God has many days before we get there before us? And I want us to stop thinking that we have to wait for that grand entrance into the new year to have a suddenly happen in our life. For someone that is listening, the time is right now. Have you written your vision down? Your vision for your family, for your health, for your business, for your job? Are those things written down? And if they are, take a look at those things. And what can you do today to keep you going in that way, to keep you moving forward and pressing forward? Who has faith And I'm asking for real. Who has faith enough to believe that what you're believing God for to do for you in 2022, that God can do it suddenly right now in 2021? That God can start working that thing right now. That He's not the one waiting for the new dates. You are. Who has faith enough to believe that what God has called you to do, He can make plans and preparations and have things moving and brewing for you right now before the new year begins? That's crazy faith. And I'm listening to a lot of Pastor Michael Todd. I'm in his series, but that thing is just brewing in me to increase my faith. And I want to just share that thing that I'm feeling. So I want to leave you with this. First and foremost, believe that what God has called you to do can actually happen. First, believe that it can actually happen. Okay. And then assess where you are, where you really, really are with working that purpose and participating. Don't wait idly for the blessing that's to come. Your anticipation for it and your participation in it is required. It is a required part of the process. I'm learning this myself, okay? And so I'm asking Joy, what's going to sustain you? And I'm asking you, what's going to sustain you? I know who is going to sustain us through it all, God, okay? But what will we plan for to get through those times when we don't feel like it? It's important to assess what has held us back sometimes in order to win the battle for your future. What's held me back, I know for sure two things: my insecurities and my fear of rejection. Those are two things that I've struggled with. But I'm believing God that as I take a look at those things and as I read His word and I start replacing my fears with what God says about me, I will grow and go closer and closer to my purpose. But let's assess what's going to be different. What is going to sustain us? And that thing that we say is going to sustain us in 2022, let's put it into practice today. Again, it's your girl, Joy Natalie. Remember, we are live every Monday, 6 a.m. You can tune in live or watch the replay on my YouTube channel, Journey Well with Joy Natalie. If you haven't, stop what you're doing right now. Go subscribe, go like. It is appreciated. I love you guys. And remember, the journey does not have to start tomorrow. You can actually journey well now. And I guess for the purposes of this motivation, the journey doesn't have to start in 2022. It can start today. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful